Hello and welcome to another update video about Algorand. So Algorand is one of the charts that so far hasn't really delivered on any bullish potential, and we're dropping. If you followed my previous videos, you know I wasn't, and I am still not overwhelmed by the chart here. I mean, the move up can be counted in 5 waves. It's not ideal. Looks a bit similar to what we had on eGold yesterday. I talked about the eGold chart as well. Also have some concerns, but you know, this is basically the first major bear market here. I mean, yes, it had one before, but this is sort of the first one after the all-time high here, basically. Yeah. So we have a pattern where we could say this was a wave 1. We're coming down in a wave 2. We have a WXY pattern. We're now in the Y wave. And we're going to take a look now at the lower level price action, because this is what is relevant. I mean, without seeing any impulsive price action to the upside, we can't really assume that this move down is finished, yeah, and it just will keep dropping, and it's getting into critical or problematic ranges now. I mean, we talked previously about this still being a wave 5 to the downside. I believe in the last video we identified here this ABC pattern, talked about it could go a bit higher very short term, but most likely this is only a corrective wave pattern. This is still the wave count from the previous video. I think it has worked out nicely. The idea that this was only a wave 4 to the upside and we would come down in a wave 5 or 5 afterwards, I think this is now playing out. This current wave could end the bear market, as every low could do it now. We just need to be very, very mindful. As soon as we make new lows, then we need to watch and we need to see, do we create a first impulse to the upside or not. So yeah, I mean, from this high at the, when was it? On the 19th of November, we dropped further. In last video, we mentioned this was most likely a wave 3, here an ABC pattern, and that this was nothing bullish yet. I didn't even have a bullish count on the chart. So if we really peaked here in the wave 4, which we can currently assume because we dropped below the B wave low, which is a confirmation that wave 5 has started, the view now needs to be, you know, that we are indeed moving down in this 5th wave. And this 5th wave would be, yeah, it seems to be a very long one. You know, if we had a 1, 2 here 3, here a 4, here a 5, and within the wave 5 we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and the wave 5 seems to be the longest one again. Surely there's other scenarios how this could be counted, but most importantly, I think you need to understand that there is currently no bullish potential on here, not short term. There is no impulse that's evolving to the upside. It's rather looking quite bearish. You can add to the chart a descending trend line. It's maybe not perfect, but we've got well enough 3 touch points here. As long as we stay below the trend line, I would say there is significant downside potential there. How can this be counted from an Elliott wave point of view? It could be that this move down is an ending diagonal. So we are allowed to have some overlaps between certain waves. And my view is that this could be a 1, this could be a 2. We came down here in what you can consider a wave 3, here a 4, so basically A, B, C. And we're now coming down in the 5th wave to the downside. Now, this could become some kind of an ending expanding diagonal. Yeah, it's a very weird pattern. They are rare, but they do happen. And as you can see here, this leaves a bit more space to fall actually. And important in these expanding diagonals is, or at least what you would expect, is that the wave 5 is longer than the wave 3. So we can just double check that. This was the length of the wave 3. And we can see we've basically, well, nearly reached that. So yeah, don't necessarily expect too many more dips here before at least seeing the next recovery. Because we have 5 waves down already. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't need to drop any lower. I mean, we've now reached a 1-to-1 ratio basically at 19.9 cents. Surely could drop a bit lower to the support level. And without seeing a clear, well, a clear reaction to the upside, I wouldn't really confirm any low or anything. In fact, it looks like we might need one more low here. Just thinking 1, 2. So yeah, it could be that we get one more leg down. If I label the subwaves here, could have a 1, 2 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this might have only been the 3rd wave. There should now be a 4th and a 5th. of 5, yeah, could be really one more leg down. Now again, this is really getting into micro counting again. These are fragile, these micro counts, but I wouldn't rule out one more drop. And then we need to see how do we react to it, you know. Do we get a corrective move to the upside in an ABC? That could lead to even further drops down. Or do we get something impulsive, break out of the channel and move above the wave 4 high? Without moving above the wave 4 high, which is at 23 cents, I wouldn't want to confirm that a low is in. And only that would only be the very first indication. Key support levels. Well, let's go to the daily chart. Key support levels. If we now drop any further, so the problem is if we are in a diagonal pattern, those fib extensions don't really help us too much, because in diagonal patterns prices don't adhere too well to Fibonacci extensions and retracements. What I find quite useful is the VRVP. So if we now zoom in a little bit, well, we can actually see we've already dropped below the key level. There was a major cluster up here. I think we talked about it at the time, that dropping below that would accelerate the downturn because there is not really much there in terms of historical volume traded. But if we now look at key support levels, obviously we identified in previous videos a key support here. Yeah, so there was a support area here with previous touch points and supports around the 17 cent level. And then obviously we've got here the 10 or 11 cent level, which is the price where we initially came down to here. But yeah, that's pretty much where we are. I mean, I can double check. This is the Coinbase chart. Maybe we take a look at Binance if there is anything that helps us, but also that is not a longer chart history. Also doesn't really show any more in terms of the VRVP down here. Yeah, so 17 and 10 cents I think are key support areas. I don't know if there's any more charts that have a longer chart history. I don't think so. No, I think that's it. I think Coinbase gives us a good overview. So yeah, I'm not bullish on Algorand. I don't see any reason to be long here until we see a clear 5-wave structure to the upside. It's just, you know, it's just one of the coins where we just need to wait for a signal. Yeah, there's no reason to be aggressively long because, first of all, we haven't got any 5 waves to the upside, so we haven't got a confirmation that the trend has shifted to the upside. And also, we haven't got any signal that it's bottomed or anything, so it's just sliding down. Of course, every low could be the last one, but when you buy in here, you're just catching the falling knife. These can drop much further. With altcoins anyway, you've got the problem that random altcoins, I mean, Algorand is a good project, but it's still an altcoin. Other projects will come up as well that we don't know which altcoin is going to recover from the bear market. You know, there are really good projects that will not recover. And then over time they will die because just the sentiment isn't there. You know, people aren't interested because there will be too many new altcoins. What do you think? How many new altcoins are currently being prepared to be launched in the bull run? I mean, these will be new, better altcoins. You know, you will see the hype come up, and established projects may not make it, or some of them at least. So always be aware of that when you look at altcoins. But yeah, here's no sign we've bottomed yet. Okay, that's my update about Algorand. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.